Jacked Up Radio.
All the king's horses and all the king's men, they'll never put me together again. There's no glass slipper, baby, no magic here, and no fairy godmother's ever gonna appear.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Haley Rose, and you're listening to Jacked Up Radio.
All right, continuing on, Jacked Up Radio coming at you. And right now, you may have to excuse me if I sound like a drooling caveman the next few minutes, since right now, I happen to have the self-proclaimed princess of fucking darkness herself on my phone line, the lovely and bewitching Haley Rose. What's up?
Hello, nothing. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. First off, I want to say congratulations, first of all, signing with Dark Fantasy Records with Blood on the Dance Floor, and secondly, from what I've seen and heard, a very well-received run on the recent Fight to Unite tour.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. We'll talk about that more in a minute, including my 10-drink-deep meetup with you, but first, for those who may be new to your music, let's take it back for a minute and how you got to this point. Was it you just stepping out of a Tim Burton movie and onto the stage, or what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a movie he's been working on the underground for a couple of years now.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I've just been trying to do the music thing for a while, and I just started by a couple years ago putting all my stuff in the storage and quitting my job, selling my car and all that jazz, and playing on the streets. You know what busking is? Like, people playing with their guitar case open for money.
I think
That's
so.
what I've been
I've
doing.
thrown a few quarters in my day, I believe.
Yeah. So I've done that all across the country, actually, from like Hawaii to New York.
So you got pretty well rounded there, but how did you end up, how did you get up getting together with Blood on the Dance Floor?
Well, it's actually a pretty funny story. Jay and Dobby are like two of my best friends, like, in the world. And about 2 years ago almost, me and Dobby dated for like a month, and it just didn't work out between us at all because we're kind of alike in a lot of ways, so we didn't really get along very well as a couple. So it took a while for us to come back together, like, to be friends after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we finally did last year, we had the idea for the song Frankenstein and the Bride, and then we wrote that song, and like it all kind of came together, and I wrote some more stuff for them, and they decided that they wanted me to be the first one they signed on the label.
Well, that's very cool. So you took to the road, and wherever it took you, then you ended up with Blood on the Dance Floor. Now you've got the recently released Dream Girl EP out, which hit right around the early part of Fight to Unite. As I mentioned earlier, I got a chance to meet you backstage at the Atlanta stop. I only sort of remember it because of photographic evidence, but do you happen to remember much about it, or were you as smashed as I was?
I was a bit soft that day, but I remember it was a great show, like Atlanta.
Yeah.
Correct? All right, yeah. No, I remember that it was just really hot, but like Atlanta had some of like the most vibrant, active audience that we saw the whole tour, so it was a really good show, man.
Well, that's cool, and I very much enjoyed meeting you and all the rest of the people there. Speaking of tours, though, randomly, what was it like in the sense of what was the best part and the worst parts?
The best part? That would be, okay, the Houston show, for me, we were playing at the same venue as, like, Paul Wall and Chamillionaire and some other Houston rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And I am from Texas, so that was just, like, huge. Like, I was so excited. And then after that, we got to, like, go watch all of them backstage, and, like, it was legit. I got a shout-out from, like, one of my favorite rappers ever, so that was, like, my fangirl moment of it.
Yeah.
And I really think just the worst part about it, I was sick for, like, 2 weeks. I had the flu, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It wasn't good. So, other than that and having to find random showers, I mean, everything was awesome.
Well, that's cool. Moving on to the EP itself, I had the pleasure of getting to listen to it the day it came out, I believe, and thought it was awesome, especially the song Happily Ever After, which in all honesty is one of the most melodic, haunting songs I've ever heard. Where did you get the source of these songs? Where did they originate from? What's the core message?
Well, every song that I write for myself just comes like from personal experience. And that one, Happily Ever After, I wrote actually like almost 5 years ago. It was a pretty tough time. Like, my dad had just left, and my brother was in Iraq, and like, you know, me and my mom were kind of like in this whole new position of like having to start like a new life with nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that just came out while I was playing the piano one day, and then they're all pretty like self-explanatory. You know, Dream Girl is like just like a plain message, like you probably shouldn't fall in love with me because I have a bad habit of always leaving.
Yeah.
Or screwing it up somehow. Starcrossed is about, like, you know, I'm always moving. Like, I've been on the go this whole time, and when you fall for someone and you have no choice but to leave them because there's something, you know, more important at hand or whatever. And Sid and Nancy is just good classic bad romance in my mind.
Yeah, I really like that song too. But with Fight to Unite over and the Dream Girl EP out, what are you working on now, and what can we expect next from you?
What you can expect next from me is I am going to be finishing my full album in the fall, and that's going to be coming out in the late fall. And then I'm also going on the Vans Warped Tour, Split on the Dance Floor. The new album, Evolution, comes out from then, and it's going to be in stores and Target and everything, like June 19th, and I'm on that. So we have some album release shows that we're doing early July, and then we join the Warped Tour on the 10th, and I'll be singing all of the features for them.
All right, well, it sounds very awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get to see you again, and I really appreciate you calling in to chat with me again and talking a little bit about what all's been happening.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Anytime.
And again, for the listeners out there, I encourage all you guys to check out Haley Rose's Dream Girl EP. You can get it on iTunes and Spotify, as well as follow Haley on Twitter at Haley Rosekiller. Or on the way, you're locked in to Jacked Up Radio.
Jacked Up Radio.